Oh, snap. For real this time?
Now it'll start. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Telling you my Ironcaster's digging.
Why to the world?
There's gonna be sharks.
I'm too much.
It's a little.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! I've never seen this movie either.
I know him.
Frank Cross is a man of true vanity, whose specialty is inhumanity.
He's fired? It's Christmas.
Thank you. Call the county. Stop his bonus.
Then he saw 3 new ghosts. Now, what scares him the most
I'm the ghost of Christmas present.
is the chance that he's losing his sanity.
Oh, I'm having the weirdest day.
Bill Murray, Scrooged, rated PG-13. Starts Wednesday, November 23rd at theaters everywhere.
Like, do I really want to watch a horror slasher movie with Bill Goldberg where he's playing Santa? And then I watched the first 5 minutes of the movie with Fran Drescher. Santa here! Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. And he goes about murdering this despicable, annoying, effed up family where the son-in-law is banging the mother-in-law. And it's like this despicable family, and there's James Caan going, I just want a moist turkey. I want a moist turkey Prado. And Fran Drescher's like, moist, that'd be nice. And you're like, oh my God.
Look, he's a little.
Kill all of them. And then, like
Fran Drescher.
Jesus on the mountain, there's Bill Goldberg coming down the
Still the
chimney,
Jesus
and he
analogies.
murders the entire family and the dog.
And the dog, too.
Dogs first. Dog's annoying. The dog's first. So,
hey, you guys!
Isn't it about time for somebody's favorite radio program?
Was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. We're on a mission from God.
Ironcaster does the eyebrow raise every time. Like, for me, it was Tuesday.
Make it fast. I'm gonna die.
Every time. Like, haha, I made them watch that.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's immortalized in our intro is the Ironcaster pick, so he's always very thrilled about that for sure. There's Louise. Sorry, Louise, that's on me, by the way. I do some restarts on my end.
No worries.
Louise is in the house. So. Anyway, I hope everybody out there is doing well. It's a Tuesday. We're going to talk hard, and this is a fun one to get to. 1988 Scrooge, the Bill Murray version of A Christmas Carol. So, yeah, going to be a fun one for sure. So, hope everybody out there is doing well. And what we know is it was SQUEEKA's first time. So, yeah, good stuff. SQUEEKA, you've been giggling. We had a false start, and we had to restart, and we did all sorts of stuff. So, hopefully we haven't exhausted too many of those giggles.
No, well, I mean, the movie itself, I'm still, I can't even think of this movie without laughing because it's just, oh my gosh. And like I was saying before, like, I love the movies where I have no information whatsoever. No trailers, no ideas, nothing, because this movie starts off wild. It just, I'm not kidding when I say I paused it like 6 times the first 3 minutes. like what is going on?
Yeah, she's been. I don't know that she has really stopped laughing. She hasn't really stopped laughing or giggling for well over 10 minutes now.
I'm sorry.
I mean, our work.
I can mute myself.
It is going to be a fun ride. That's what I'm saying right now.
Don't you dare, SQUEEKA.
Yeah. So, Ironcaster, my friend, this is a fun one. My friend. How are you doing?
It is. No, we're going pretty good here. Just kind of try to stay warm. It's that time of year where all the snow settled in. get that little bit of the spirit of the seasons in the air, and you want to sit down, go throw on a little bit of a classic film. Well, a little film like Scrooge and some Bill Murray action, really, you can't go wrong with that.
I'll give you $2 so you don't freeze to death if it helps. $2.
He is the embodiment of sort of like that 1980s Wall Street. In this case, he does media executive, but the stereotype of that uber rich guy just sneers at everyone beneath him, and it is a phenomenal adaptation of things. So with us again, this wonderful lady from across the pond. It's great to have Louise in the house. How are you doing, Louise?
I'm good, thanks. It's good to be here.
It's a fun one to watch indeed.
Definitely. I knew SQUEEKA would like it. I knew there'd be lots of giggles.
Girl, I am not kidding. I messaged the guys because it starts off. Well, I mean, y'all know how it starts off, but it starts off with like little previews. I just was like, "What's going on here? What is this the movie?" And then it would stop, and it'd be like, "Wait, no, it's not. Why is Lee Majors here?" Like, wait a minute.
Yep. Add Louise to the scene.
All about
here.
Louise today.
Yeah, we'll put her right over here next to the poster.
Here we go.
Yeah, the night the reindeer dies with the assault on Santa's workshop. It's just classic. I love it. And, you know.
And then the second one, Father Loves Beaver.
Oh my gosh. Father Loves Beaver never stops. Like this, the gag is just. Yeah. The missus watched this one, Ironcaster, and I just kept looking at her face, and she just kind of like shaking her head because she knows like I'm like a 9-year-old on the inside, just laughing at like Father Loves Beaver and all the gags and stuff is just fantastic. So I wasn't in too much trouble. It wasn't
this time trouble, anyway.
So not for Scrooged, but it's pretty close. So. But yeah, if you don't know the story, folks, Frank Cross, the executive at a station that's run by Bill Murray's character, is headed into Christmas time with this massive, expensive Scrooge adaptation. It's going to be a live show worldwide. They're going to be upserting all sorts of their regular programming, and we're just going to get a Christmas Carol journey and story along the way.
Gold dancers.
Yeah.
Sorry,
the line, by the way, that line when he's like looking at the dancer and she's like, "You can't put them on the air like that. You can see her nipple." And the guy says something like, "You can barely see that nipple." Like that line is.
And they're looking really hard. And they're really looking.
Yeah, he's trying really hard. I know.
I just like that.
Look, they're looking at it. They can barely see it.
So they're doing the promos at the beginning, and they're off the chain, and then they get screwed. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be wild. But it starts with the old guy, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then it busts out with and those solid gold dancers, and I'm like, wait a minute, Charles Dickens didn't have these in there. I don't remember these from A Christmas Carol. What's going on?
Come on, Charles Dickens would have wanted to see their nipples.
Or have dancers. I mean, it's Christmas time. And then his promo, everybody dies. Like, you don't want to miss this. I was like, oh, his promo was harsh.
Oh yeah, it scares you a little bit. Speaking of solid gold dancers, before we get to the chat, and just make sure we soak up the insanity that is the solid gold dancers in Scrooged. I mean, they're barely wearing clothes. Like, it's insane.
There were moments there where I felt like I was watching in living color again, because it felt like it was such an element of like that era. I mean, this predated that, but still, it was just like in the back of my head, I'm like, did I turn on the wrong show?
Yeah, the In Living Color Dancers is mocking the Solid Gold Dancers. I mean, obviously, it's this sort of Solid Gold Dancers was a thing that, in hindsight, I'm still not quite sure I understand why my parents or my family let me watch it so regularly. I just don't understand. Like, we were watching Solid Gold pretty much all the time, and I'm like, was that a thing overseas, Louise? The Solid Gold Dancers and stuff?
No.
Yeah, I would think so.
Like then, with the
like a 70s, 80s. Yeah, a bunch of a bunch of 304 dancers basically running around.
Hey, but they got their tails on, so they're fancy dressed. Look at them. Top hat and tails, that's all you need, right?
So you got your tails. That's all you need, indeed.
Look, they've been dressed.
Speaking of all,
wearing top hats.
Yeah, they at least have their hats on. So let's say hello to this wonderful chat. Zax is here. Great to see Zax from the Great White North. Hope you're doing well, brother.
I wonder if Zax dresses like that up in the Great North.
See Zax in his solid gold dancer outfit. May not be appropriate for the internet. Snorty's in the house, holding the door open for everybody. Hey there, my friend. My favorite polar bear and yours. So let's see here. And Louise saying hello to everybody. Great to have Louise with us again tonight. Awesome. Connie's here. Great to see Connie as well out there. It's awesome.
Oh, look at your little
Claude
bird.
as well. Hey, brother, what's going on, man? And then, see, getting through everybody here. Making sure I got everybody caught up. So, yeah. Hello to everybody in chat. If I missed you, I apologize. Yeah, the movie starts with all of the sort of like, it's characterizing the insanity of him as a network producer. Like, he'll just do all sorts of crazy things and shock value TV, and just the unorthodox of it. It's just so over the top and hyperbolic. I think he just works really, really well to create this persona of this guy who just, he doesn't care about anybody, like, right? I mean, it's crazy. So Ironcaster, do you want to see an adaptation of The Night the Reindeer Dies? Because, you know,
with Lee Majors. I had the biggest crush on Lee Majors, y'all. I was like, yes.
Lee Majors is a big deal.
It just kind of goes to show you, like, so much of the era, condensed in a nutshell. And that's one of the things that always fascinates me, especially to go and look at with some of these older films now, is just what exactly was in the zeitgeist. And as we can see here, it was clearly all the 80s action movies where you basically want to expect to see, machine guns and, and AK-47s and, Rambo and all these big, great action stunts and sequences. And it's like, my God, but why can't we get films or shows like this? Like, I want to watch that movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a great time because Lee Majors, obviously the $6 Million Man, Fall Guy, he was just kind of a national treasure. And SQUEEKA was not alone in her love for the old Lee Majors, for sure. Phenomenal cameo that works so well in all of this. And the elves, with the gags with the elves are great as well.
The sunglasses, oh my God.
It's great. Now, Luis, you had seen this before, right? So you kind of knew how ridiculous this was going to get?
Sorry.
She's a little infectious, isn't she?
Yes, she is. We have our own laugh track.
Santa going, ho, 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 I have a machine gun.
When she opens the cabinet and there's just a cabinet full of weapons, I was like, I'm sorry.
Yep. So much fun. And Luis, you had said you saw this before, so you kind of knew how crazy the shenanigans were going to be and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've been watching it for years. It's one of those sort of top list ones.
And then, of course, Bobcat Goldthwait plays kind of a straight and narrow guy, which is, again, his voice kind of says it all. Like, his comedic presence from that era is this, over the top and zany, crazy guy, where they play him all buttoned up with a bow tie and all that. So again, great casting and a great way to approach keeping the audience off balance. You know what I mean? So Lee Major shows up, and then this guy is like, it kind of like a little too much.
You can't forget the Cajun Christmas, though. The guy.
Oh yeah, that's Bob Goulier.
I'm sorry, it went from Lee Majors to I was waiting for the guy in Cajun Christmas to get eaten by the alligator. And then
intense.
Father Loves Beaver. I was like, where is this movie going? What have y'all done to me?
Oh, we do have a picture of Bob Goulier. Hold on, let me get Bob Goulier up and give him a little.
SQUEEKA, out of curiosity, have you seen UHF?
Have I what?
Seen UHF?
Yes. It's been a
Bob
long
Goulier.
time though.
Just had to see if you were familiar with such fine television as Conan the Librarian or Gandhi 2.
Yeah, it's been a long, long time, and I might have had a little too much tequila when I watched it, so I probably should watch it again. At this point, it's going to be a first watch because I don't remember much of it.
But Bobcat Goldthwait was one of these actors that I was introduced to at a almost too young of an age. I think I was in the single digits, and for whatever reason, I was allowed to stay up and watch Bobcat's Big Ass Show back when Bobcat Goldthwait had his own comedy show. And so that scratchy, trebly voice of his always stood out to me whenever I could see him in a show or a film. I'm like, oh wait, that's Bobcat.
Yeah,
it was Police Academy for me. That was my introduction to him.
Yeah. I don't remember watching the Bobcat show, though. So that's interesting. You made it to the old lexicon of the Ironcaster, not me. Huh. A little jealousy there.
I knew his voice, but I didn't know who he was. Like, I knew I'd heard his voice before. I don't know. I can't tell you where. But I was like, I know that guy. And he's just so perfect for it because he starts talking and he's like, well, maybe that's a little too much. And I was like, oh, this dude's going to get fired. Like,
He doesn't even make it 5 minutes.
But then when he comes back with the shotgun, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell it was the 80s.
I was so excited.
Oh, 100% Snorty. This was gold. Yeah. All right. So I can't believe they have the. So we'll go back to we're circling around to the era of the solid gold dancers. It's like staple the antlers on the mouse. You can't do that. Says Karen Allen.
It's like, don't you dare!
And then, believe it or not, look at IMDb. They actually have the shot. We have to go quickly. I assume YouTube will be mad at me. It's just there. That's all I'm going to say. It was there. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. I'm like, wow, IMDb, you went there. Okay. Yeah,
but you can't see anything though. Come on now.
Well, you're really trying.
Those guys were looking.
Janet did.
Oh my god, that lady the censorship lady that kept getting hit and attacked.
Yes.
That was a gag that never grew old. Because the thing is I forgot about her, and then something would happen, and then there would be her face, and I'm like, with all her little bandages, and I loved her. I'm sorry. This movie was a rat. Y'all don't understand.
Everything about the concept of his little show, though, is so over the top. It's designed to just make you laugh at the silliness of it all. So, for instance, Luis, you get the Mary Lou Retton will be Tiny Tim and do the somersault and the flip around and drop the crutches, and you're like, what on earth? Yeah, so that's an old school callback, right, Luis? Mary Lou Retton references.
Not someone I know. I know from this, so I probably missing some of the American references, to be honest.
Oh, she's the famous gymnast from the Olympics at that time. Remember this little the Olympics in the late 80s, and the one that hurt her foot, but she still did the flip and won the gold, but she had hurt her foot, and so I mean she was just like America's sweetheart for 15 minutes or something. I don't,
Right.
Yeah, Mary Lou Retton. So. Oh, Ironcaster. I don't even know where to go. I guess we could go to the ghosts and try to follow the story along at least a little bit. What is chat saying? Let's check in on chat here. Let's see here. I see some green hearts. That's always good. Thank you, Zach. Get those green hearts going. Yeah.
And you know, as far as taking the plot and premise of A Christmas Carol and going for the modern equivalent, making him a television executive is a really good approach to take because it's especially in the 80s where it is such a cutthroat industry, and we've seen takes on that just countless times, like the 80s businessman, the 80s executive, how they'll sell their mother out for a nickel. And Bill Murray does such a great job of making you really, really look at him like he's slime.
100%. They do the greed is good Wall Street guy stuff so well. Obviously, they fire Bobcat's character, and you have sort of a nice secondary role there with
Towel.
The secretary. Everybody's getting towels. Yeah, towels and VCRs.
Even his brother.
Yeah. I don't have a picture of the censorship lady without the other lady's boobs and not in the shot, so I don't know what to do there.
You know, it was just kind of a little bit of a challenge for me with this movie because I've not exactly been of the cult of Bill Murray like so many people are. That credit to the movie, it was making me really sit back and think it got me really sitting back to think do I actually like Bill Murray? He's doing such a great job of here making me hate him.
That's true. That's fair, right, Luis? I mean, it's fair that Bill Murray is so good and slimy in this movie. You're like, yeah, he's pulling off the Scrooge thing, which is, maybe not his brand even, so it works really well.
I think he's pretty good at switching from that good to evil. You see it in several of his films where he's actually not the good guy. I mean, even in Ghostbusters, he's a bit questionable at the beginning. So, he just does that really brilliantly, where he can be absolutely nice and really horrible.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Now, his former boss plays the Marley character, and that's played by John Forsythe of Dynasty fame. So, again, they're pulling out all these 80s references and 80s things. He comes in here, and you have tons of little gags and moments that kind of circle around that, and a really good effect that the arm holding him out the window and stuff to scare him, and really done well. Richard Donner is delivering for sure. And here's a shot of him in the flashback. Everybody at home can get a little John Forsythe image there.
Look at that mullet.
Yeah, man, he's all in on that mullet, isn't he? Yeah. Makeup department did good.
Was he did great with the rest of the hairs and the updos and the beehives that the other people had, and they did really well with that scene.
Yeah, there's some more shots from the party, and it's fun. It's fun to see them go, because you got to have the cabbie that takes him back in time, right? So that's the Ghost of the Past, which is the cab ride stuff. He is completely over the top and silly. So I know you're laughing at all that kind of stuff because it's goofy and fun. And this is the award show stuff. This is the firing.
Oh, the frozen.
Oh yeah, when little Hermie dies.
Oh.
Yeah. There's John Forsythe. Here we go.
Such great makeup work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially the chin there, where it looks truly like bone is jutting out. The skin has decayed enough that the actual jaw bone is starting to show through.
Yeah, I thought actually watching this that the effects haven't really aged because it's more of a stylized effect that really, even when it's a bit corny, it works with the humour, so it doesn't look, to me anyway, maybe because I've been watching it for years, but it doesn't seem to me really out of date.
I mean, you're not wrong there, because there's a couple shots, there's some bits where, for example, the Ghost of Christmas Present, where she comes flying in, it feel you can look at it. You practically see the wires at times.
Yeah, but
I
you
thought that
could
was part
when
of the shtick, right?
yeah, you could when it came out. It wasn't. It hasn't aged badly because it was always a bit bad.
But you're right though. With that cheesiness, that corniness to it, you can let it slide because it's not trying to take itself seriously, and this is supposed to be the supernatural.
Well, and it being a set at a film set, and the setting that they chose, I feel like it's perfect because it's hokey movie effects, and he's a producer director guy. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's on par.
Oh yeah, that too.
I thought I thought The Wire was supposed to be by design because of the TV set. Like it was supposed to be like what it would be like on a wire. Like he wasn't supposed to like get at first she is the ghost, and then because it's supposed to feel like that. So I don't know. Maybe I didn't read too much into that, but I think it's great. I think that. And Carol Kane, oh my gosh, does she deliver a great performance and fun, and obviously the toaster gag. Squeak, I don't want to tell you, I about peed myself in the theater when I saw this for the first time back in the day. So I don't know what you went through, but for me, I'm like, every time it gets me. Every time.
I was not ready for it. I was like, why does she have a toaster?
We teased it last time, didn't we, Louise? We told her the toaster's coming.
Well, I was waiting for it to be like a fire or something, or in this pad. Nope, no. And the best part was I forgot about the toaster until after it happened, and then I remembered y'all warning me about the toaster, and that made it funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Because I paused it because it was funny, and then I had to pause it again because I was like, the toaster! That was the toaster!
I think it's better that way. Almost to give Squeaka these little clues for what to expect, but have no context for them.
Yeah, that's why I chose the toaster, because it was the easiest one to misdirect on. It'd be like me trying to say, hey, we're going to watch Scrooged, so prepare yourself for, Lee Majors, a toaster gag, and I'm just going to say, a mouse in stables. I'm going to tell you. So you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
The bone!
The mouse with the golf ball coming out of his head. Y'all know.
Man.
Yeah. What? And the number of times I said that in this movie, like I would probably like, what? Where are we even going? Is this? I don't know if Charles Dickens wrote this part into the book.
Charles Dickens would have wanted that to be there. He would have wanted to see the solid gold dancers.
He wanted a toaster.
Yes, I would have wanted to see Bill Murray get hit in the face with a toaster. I would want to see Bill Murray sweating his giblies off in a giant puppy dog costume.
Oh my god!
The children's show.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. This is what it was like watching the movie, y'all. Wait. Did he just bust out of a dog suit? I was waiting for him to come from the back and tell them it was wrong or direct it, and he just takes off the hat. There it was. I was like, wait, what? Wasn't ready.
Oh yeah, it was great. David Johansen does a good job being this Ghost of Christmas Past and talking him through things and teasing the name and stuff. And then, of course, later on when they make the Kama Sutra reference, you get to see Bill Murray do stuff like this, which when you pause at the right moment, you get some bizarre things without context. So I'm saying it's fantastic.
I think he was my favorite, though, as far as especially the ghost with, the Ghost of Christmas Past being the cabbie, playing with that shtick. Like, oh, he is just this kind of slimy guy. You want to hate, but you can't help but like. It's like he's all there for it, for being this guy just to bring Bill Murray back. He's like, you're gonna cry for your mother.
If you bark like a dog. Oh my god, the 4 pounds of veal for Christmas present.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so bark like a dog.
and then off And by the way, Louise, we kind of set her up too. We haven't even talked about it. We have the follow up too with like the old man recommends the fact that they're going to do programming for dogs and cats to watch TV. There's no way that didn't break SQUEEKA. You just had to have just broken her.
My cat was watching. Were you listening? But I like
movies nonstop.
That one scene where Bill Murray's doing the little Kama Sutra. If you look at the guy in the background, he's totally checking out Bill Murray like, oh, hey, I like that move.
Yeah.
The one
like guy, this guy right over here.
Yeah.
He's right over here. Yeah.
But so I have to pause too, because the other people, like the supporting people, like the people in the cast, the people on the set, like just even like the elves at the beginning, like everybody that was in this, not just the major, like there was so much play on the set that I have to pause because of the looks people were making. I was like, wait, what?
That was a good shot of Bobcat Goldthwait with the gun when he returns to shoot up the place and stuff. I said, have fun in here. Great.
When he's in the production booth.
Yep, he just fires a shot off. Yeah, it's great.
Everything's fine. I'm cheery. Be cheery.
Be cheery. Or like when he says, well, I don't remember what he says, but he's like, let's get the production guys in this or something. Like he wants the people in the booth, so he just shoots through the window so they can hear him. Like it was like, whoa.
Oh, by the way, this is the setup too. By the way, it's the redirect Ironcaster that works so well because she's so goofy and stuff with Bill Murray's character. Like they're goofing around and being silly and stuff, and it's getting silly, and that's when she, plants a toaster in his face. So it's the perfect kind of setup, pushback. So
he deserved it.
Oh, look at the silliness! Oh, it's so good. That's so funny.
I love that bit where she's doing a great job of reminding him to have that fun again, which he really hadn't been having up to this point, and here he is actually to have a bit of that cheer and merriment, especially at the holidays. It was a great way to help break through that ice of him and to get past the icy exterior.
It works great. So our dancers. Christmas past. There's the copy machine girl. Gotta love the copy machine gag. That's
who hasn't done that? I mean,
wait a minute.
I mean,
Louise, are there pictures we need to know about Louise? Did SQUEEKA just out you? I just want to know.
I have not done that. No.
SQUEEKA.
She's neither confirming or denying the rumors, folks. I'm just saying.
I mean, Ironcaster, we all know about your office.
Ironcaster's doing it right now. Just so you know. What do you think you're going to get in your Christmas card?
Ooh la la.
Well, now I got you guys something different now. You spoiled it.
Oh, this was the sappiness worked in, when he goes back and sees his mom and, that's Bill Murray's real life brother, Brian Doyle Murray playing, the dad. And, this is the Veal. There's little Frank. Yeah. Works great. Works really good. All stuff's really great. This film is so good at setting up and paying off. So it just walks us through this adaptation in such an amazing way. So.
Well, even in the cab, like where he's like, "Do you mind if I smoke in here?" and then they get to their destination and get out, and it's like completely hot box. Like, I was like, "Holy moly! Can you imagine sitting in that?" That's a good gag.
He's got smoke coming out of his ears. It's you're you they queued it. They queued it up. They teed it up. You're waiting for the bit, and they deliver. Like, yes.
But sometimes, like, okay, like, yeah, you're waiting for the bit, like, the coming out of his ears was cheesy, but then when they get there and it's full of smoke and it's like they get out of it and it's like just one big
Yep.
cloud. Like sometimes there was bits that I didn't expect, like the toaster, you know, it's like Lee Majors. I'm like, wait, what?
So my opinion on that is, and you guys tell me where I'm right or wrong, is the overdone joke works really well if we don't talk about it, like the smoke coming out of the cab. Like a little bit of smoke's one thing, or having a smoke cab, that's funny. So when the car door opens and just the smoke is billowing out, we just don't talk about it. You catch it or you don't catch it, but it doesn't matter. And then later when you watch the movie and you see it, if you didn't catch it the first time, you're like, oh, that's really clever. That's the best way to do something like this. And that's what this movie does so well. There are so many things how many people, again, famous comedian of his era, Buddy Hackett, just a little bit part. Half people may not even notice the first time they watch it. Later on in life, go, wait, I know that guy. Buddy Hackett. So tons of great moments, tons of great stuff like that is worked in constantly in this movie, for sure.
No, I'm largely inclined to agree with you there, Pops. I think the best jokes, the best comedy is done very deadpan. That's what makes actors like Leslie Nielsen into comedic legends that they are, because they'll drop these lines and you don't need to have a sidekick along to effectively inform the audience for how they ought to respond to the joke. It's the cleverness of wordplay, or leaning into, or just dropping a quick bit and keep moving on, where in many cases you might blink and miss a couple of jokes, as you might blink and miss one joke as we set up in getting to the next joke right away. So we keep it rolling, we keep the comedy coming, boom boom boom. Even if you miss something, there's going to be enough of it around, otherwise that you're not going to be able to feel like you didn't laugh at all.
That is very, very true. Very true. I think that the film also does such a great job of balancing like real heart along the way. Obviously, some of the stuff with the Ghost of Christmas Past and his past coming to reconcile his family issues, and the relationship stuff with Karen Allen's character. Luis, do you like the little romance elements of this movie? I don't think it gets credit for that. I think everything overshadows the fact that we have this little reconciliation with this, long lost love type story, which is kind of like the Hollywood cliche. But it really feels like it's just like, oh, okay, they're going to give it a go. Look at them, how sweet it is.
Yeah, I'm a romantic, and that's always one thing that I didn't like about the Christmas Carol story, because you get the tragic love story where they split. So this made it better for me because they get that second chance.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
At the same time, though, I feel like it doesn't quite work for me here with this film, because here she is seeing just how much of a dick he is, how cruel he is on the set, and not even from the perspective of like, I'm an outsider to this. Also, the high tensions of a set may not, you might not necessarily know that going in, but he's just so foul that was the thing I felt bothered me the most with it, honestly.
Okay.
Well, I think she's just an optimist, and I think she sees it, but I think she also saw part of him, because remember, she knew him back in the day and she's been with him. So while he's turned into this meaner thing, I mean, you saw the evolution of their relationship where he chose, the studio over her. So that she knows his past. So I think it's more of a matter of, she thinks there's still some good in there. And she's just, because I confess I'm like this too with a lot of people, where you're just like, you know what, I'm going to be that person that's good to you and hope that you come around. And I think that's where she's at, is she knows, hey, maybe if I stay with him, or I stay by his side, or I'm still his friend, then that person that I used to know that was, a better person will be there or pop out. So I think she's just naive and hopeful.
But I think the irony is that she didn't really stay by his side. It just kind of, he disintegrated. He's the one that messed it all up, and then he's getting a second chance. A part of the Christmas Carol story is the fact that you get a second chance at life. But in his case, he not only gets a second chance at life, he's also going to get a second chance at love. So I think the film does a good job of working that in. I think Luis hit all the nails correctly. Like it's really impressive that the romantic part actually works this well in the context of the story, because it's not in most Christmas story films, obviously, because the Scrooge is just a Scrooge. It's more like, hey, I'm not going to be a rich a-hole to everybody and get a second chance on life and stuff like that. And instead, it's more than that, even for Bill Murray's version, where he's going to, get his old flame back. So really, really sweet, really good stuff. Go ahead,
I guess for me, it's just that it works too well with me, with him being that villainous kind of Scrooge character, to be able to kind of come around and accept that change of heart with him. It's like that. It's just I have a little bit of difficulty getting back on board with that switch over and the change of self.
So you don't think
this version or just in general? Because a lot of the time it's more abrupt.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a little bit of B, because again, I'm not the biggest Bill Murray fan, so that might be something that's kind of giving me a little bit of baggage on it. It's just that, like, I see it, I watch it, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but also, like, God, he is just making me really dislike him. So it's kind of making it difficult for me to want to root for him and have that change of heart. It's like, no, I kind of want to see this guy ultimately suffer in a way. Like, he kind of deserves
wow,
all the
Scrooge.
bad karma coming.
He's like Scrooge in our Scrooge movie. But I think the point is, so what? So what about the ghost of future? Do you not like? I mean, obviously, you're showing your death. You're showing the little guy that you don't help dies. You're showing your family being miserable. You're showing all this, and then when you wake up and you realize you have another second chance to not live that way, none of that works for you because it's Bill Murray.
Well, see, that I actually, in a way, I do like, though, because there is that final twist to it where I'm kind of on board with it. It's just sort of in the middle there as he's going through this journey, the process of it, where seeing who he is, it's tough to really, it's in a way, it's kind of tough for me to get on board with the change.
I mean,
it's I know I'm being difficult on this, but
you can be difficult. We're used to it. Luis, chime in and help me here, because I feel like this is one of the few times I get to see a Bill Murray really kind of act. And I mean, like, he makes himself like fake cry. He makes him, I mean, he almost seems like he seems tongue tied. I mean, I don't know what's scripted and ad lib with this sequence at the end of the film, but I felt like it's some of the best Bill Murray you're going to get, because it felt like kind of raw and like a dude that doesn't know how to even speak right or articulate what he's feeling about, hey, everybody, give love a chance. You don't have to live this way, and one day at a time, and all that stuff, the good wishes at the end of the movie. And by the way, this girl that I had in the past shows up, that she's still showing me how she likes me. I'm going to not mess it up with her either. So I thought I think this movie shockingly pulls all that off. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it does for me. I think as well, there's odd little bits earlier on, and maybe I look at it weirdly, but the scene in the restaurant where he sees the guy on fire. If you're a horrible person, your instinct isn't to go and put them out because you're horrified that no one else is doing anything. And I know it was a hallucination, but there's several bits in here, even with the homeless. Yeah, he doesn't give him the money at the end, but he's still being nice to them. He doesn't need to do that. So I think you see that some of that stuff's still in there from the person that Claire knew.
That's very true.
It's trying to tap into that and give him a chance to remind himself that, he's lost his way.
there's little pieces of it that are starting to come out where you maybe I'm being too hard on it, and you're right there because I suppose you do see some of that coming through, and there's the little pieces of that hardened '80s corporate, 80s hyper capitalist that are slowly being flaked away, all for this, and that humanity is starting to come through.
I don't think that you're really being hard either, and I will say this, and this is me sounding like I agree with Ironcaster, but just put this in the shelf in the right way. Of
Oh no!
Like many movies, it feels, if this was real life, it's hard to believe the Bill Murray character Frank Cross will clean up, straighten up, fly right, and be a good man over the long haul. It is hard to imagine that. It is hard to say. That's the Hollywood fairy tale, right? It does actually happen. In real life, you feel like 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, Frank Cross is Frank Cross again. Like, you know what I mean? You feel like this dude's not going to want to live by Claire's humble lifestyle and donate at the soup kitchen for long. Like, it's eventually going to be like tedious again. And sure, I think it is in human nature to look at stories like this and many others and kind of have a cynical and a bitter view of it. But I think that is the beauty of a film where you can try to escape from that reality and go, well, in the story, it's something to aspire to. We all can hope that we can have that type of second chance, and we can be, hopefully, we know there's not 3 ghosts coming to give us that second chance, but hopefully we can watch a movie like this and go, oh yeah, maybe we can kind of, be a little kinder and, put out the guy when he's on fire and give to the homeless guy and just be a little better person and make some reconciliation that's out there. So I think that's what makes good stories work so well.
I think maybe for me, it's also the fact that Bill Murray is just is really so well known for having a very deadpan approach to how he delivers lines, that mixed with him playing this type of character is sort of just kind of got it locked in for me to where I have certain expectations for what he would do.
Okay. What say you, Squeak?
Well, I think the movie does a great job of showcasing how it like Luis was saying, like how he has these good parts in him, but then he still kind of chooses, no, I'm going to stick with this, and it does show where even when the ghost of Christmas past visits him, or his ex boss or whatever, he still kind of fights back a little, and it showcases how he's like torn between, oh, I miss the person I was, and no, I'm going to stick with the person I am, until he gets to the scene where he dies. And then I feel like that was the crux. That was the no, like it shattered that sense that he had of, I am unbreakable. And I think that's when we see the big turning point is when he sees himself dead like that. Wait, that's me. And I think he says he's on fire, that's me on fire or something. Right. And and I think that's when we have that moment where he's like, oh no, I can't. It's just that's when we see him do his complete turnaround. And I don't feel like it's sudden, simply because he does fight back against it. It's not he sees Claire from the past and is like, oh, I missed that, let's fix it now, or or the stuff with his brother and things like that. Like, he doesn't see he sees that and still fights it. So I feel like we do get to journey with him and to do that turnaround. Now, that being said, I didn't like the ending. I felt like it was really too intense for such a funny movie. Like, it was very, I guess, Bill Murray-esque is what Beard said, because I was like, oh my god, that was not the ending I expected. And Beard was like, that's Bill Murray, that's what he does.
Yeah, he's a lot.
His little monologue.
Actually,
Andy Masterson in the house.
Ghost of Christmas Future.
Hey to you, brother.
The bit where Bill Murray is seeing essentially who he turns Claire into, that I really like, because he's seeing this direct ramifications of him having yelled at her, and to where it has this potential to turn her basically into a female version of him in a way.
Yeah, that was a good touch too.
And the little boy, right? And if we don't do something to help the little boy will be institutionalized and weird and an outcast, and maybe that doesn't need to be the kid's future and stuff. So
Not gonna lie, this part I should have gotten a warning on only because it made me cry because I work with students that are nonverbal that don't have vocalizations and that I teach to communicate. And so seeing the part where he was put in the institution, I was like, no, that's so sad.
yeah. Yeah, they do a good job. They do a good job of hitting you in the feels a couple times, even if it is a little bit convoluted at the end. And I just wanted to say hello to Andy Masterson. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And God bless you. And hope you have a good Christmas and stuff, too, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with us. That's awesome.
Says Lumpy.
Yes, indeed. Lumpy. So, yeah, lots of good moments. Lots of fun times for sure. This is a regular staple for us. Like I said, Mrs. Pops was like, what's the stuff that you kind of have to watch over the next couple weeks? And she picked it right away. And it's definitely a fun one. I wanted also just briefly point out that some of the marketing overseas more than here, because our marketing is pretty generic. It's like 99% of our VHS, DVDs, it's this version of Scrooged. And then overseas, you get this one. This is German, I believe. No. Yeah. So we get different versions like that. So.
Oh my god, I lost it at the end of the movie when the death guy opens up and there's like the little people inside of him have party favor.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one has presents and candy canes, and oh my god, that part too. I love that part. But like when he opens up and they're like all celebrating in there, I was like, you go guys, get it.
So another little factoid that I don't know if you knew, Squeak. So this is the same director that directed Goonies. So, yeah, they're one of your favorites. I know you enjoyed Goonies a lot.
I recognize the Goonies mom was in this too. She was one of the homeless ladies.
Right. Yeah. So good stuff for sure.
I was like, Ma!
Yeah, Snorty's going to go 6 on this one, 6 out of 10. So we can go ahead and start doing some review stuff like that. Let's start with Louise. You're our guest tonight. Talk a little bit more about Scrooge, what you like, anything you didn't like, and then kind of where you come down on it.
So, I mean, obviously I love the humour. The Ghost of Christmas Present's always been my favourite. Carol Kane nails that. I think the bit with Herman actually dying is probably was always the low point for me. And you see him at the end, so he's okay and he's going to be happy and everything. But for this, I kind of expected that to reset, and I was surprised that it didn't. And that was always my low point in the in watching it overall. It's still a 10 out of 10 movie for me.
Wow, awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Ironcaster, what about you, my friend?
Well, sitting over it now, trying to think about it, I've kind of thinking back over some of the previous shows we've done, I've likewise had some issues with other Bill Murray films, like, for example, Groundhog Day, where in some other similar ways, that one I kind of had some issues with that it just didn't quite sit with me right. And I think it's maybe just that, like, I like Bill Murray as part of a larger ensemble, like, for example, Ghostbusters. When he's not the central figure, I like him. I like him better in movies, like, for example, Zombieland. He has a great part in that film. And I think that's kind of the issue for me, is that, like, I like Bill Murray, but in smaller doses. I think there's actors who do that sort of shtick better. Like, I'd rather go watch Norm Macdonald do stuff. But that all aside, I think I'm kind of gonna have to steal a page from Snortapoopus here and say I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It's okay enough, but it's not gonna be the version. It's not gonna be the adaptation of A Christmas Carol that I'm going to be going for first among all. It's just gut instinct, like it's fine. I definitely get why people love it, but I'm just not in that same camp. I'm afraid.
So would that be like 3 solid gold dancers out of 5?
Just 3 out of 5.
2.
10, depending on how you want to count. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know what you were thinking, Squeak. You're trying to figure out a way to do the math and the conversion ratio of solid gold dancers and censorship issues. 10. That'd be 10 censors having to work that out.
Squeaka, you keep this up, you're only getting a bath towel.
I know, but I really wanted a VCR for all the movies I watch,
Man, a working VCR would really be gold right now. I tell you what.
I actually might still have one. No, just kidding.
I think I have a couple.
I think it's a fair point that you bring up, Ironcaster, and I know there's a lot of topics, especially this time of year. We talk about certain people, and comedy's one of them for sure. Because we talked a little bit about last time. We were talking about some people not being a fan of like A Christmas Story or Elf, and somebody says it's a comedian. Like I just don't really care for Will Ferrell in this case. Maybe I don't care really for Bill Murray, or different issues that can hinder an experience for someone. So I totally understand all that. I would say the biggest thing for me is how daring to take something as serious and beloved as A Christmas Carol is, in the Scrooge story, and to say, well, we're going to make it into a comedy, and to figure out how on earth are you going to pull that off. And the fact that they bring in Richard Donner, one of the greatest directors of all time, in my opinion, and he pulls it off with Bill Murray, who is a very difficult actor, who hated this movie at the time, did not think it was going to be a success. He is, not one, to me, I think he doesn't have a good gauge of what will work and doesn't work. And that's why working with someone like Richard Donner makes it work, because Richard Donner knows what works. I watch it every year, probably multiple times. I don't, this is the first year I'm actually keeping track. So I know I've already watched it twice. So I don't know if I fit in a third time or not, but, yeah. Snorty, and what Snorty says I think is fair for a lot of folks is, I prefer more of a classic adaptation like the George C. Scott version, which is totally fair. Some folks prefer, old school stuff with that, which is, I think, is fine. And I think that this isn't probably as beloved as maybe Luis and I have it. I don't know. Squeak has giggled the whole time, so we'll see what she kind of scores it at here for a minute. But I'm going to lean more into like a 4 out of 5, which again for me is like that's a great movie. So a 4 out of 5, and it's if I lean down at all to 3.5, it's because that speech of his is a little too convoluted. It kind of drones on. They redeem themselves a little bit, like you were saying, Luis, with the Herman thing. Like we see him, like, oh, okay, it's not quite as morbid and bad, and it's like, oh, okay, the little boy does speak, so it's like. They try to button it all up, but it does feel muddled, and it's definitely a weird ending, completely different from maybe where they're driving the film for the most part. But overall, we had some good stuff. Like I said, there's a little. I think Squeaka, you're right too. Part of the other thing that really is the saving grace is they don't lose sight of getting a gag out a little like the censor lady has the nerdy guy tied up with the wreath and the mistletoe and climbs in his lap, and they're not going to miss an opportunity for just a really silly way to make it. Yeah, you're right, Snorty.
She makes.
Like, well, it is the law.
It's the law. Let's obey the law.
She looks voracious when she looks over at him like, wait.
Oh yeah, she's going to tear him up is what she's saying with those eyes, boy.
I was like, oh no, not the, oh, you got censored.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, super fun. I have to be honest, I'm shocked I haven't got this many giggles out of Squeaka live for many other things that we've talked about. Scrooge has a way higher giggle meter score, Snorty, than some other stuff, but I think it's fresh and we're really getting into it, really, yeah. really quickly. So
it just starts off so wild. I'm like, okay, Bill Murray, because the only thing I knew him from was like Ghostbusters. So I was like, okay, I'm ready for it. But then, like, what? It starts off with Lee Majors and the elves and the Cajun Christmas, and I'm like, what is going on here? This is not the movie I signed up for.
have to admit, Luis, we got her pretty good because that was a pretty good misdirection. I didn't really think of it that way, but in hindsight, I do realize that if we were putting ourselves in her shoes, it has to feel like, what on earth are they having me watch? Like, what is going on? Like, I didn't know that's how her reaction would be, and it does make perfect sense. That's what we got. So,
well,
I forget that it starts that way a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. When it starts, I look at it and think, oh yeah, that bit.
Well, I thought that's what that movie was about, and then like Lee Major I was like, wait, there's a war? What is going on? What does Bill Murray have to do with Santa getting attacked? And then Lee Major shows up, and I'm like, well, I don't even care about Bill Murray anymore as long as Lee Major stays around. And then that's just a promo, and I was like, but Lee Major. I was not ready at all. And then I was like, oh, okay, it was a promo. So then I expected the movie to go on, and then we get Cajun Christmas. Like, what the and Father Loves Beaver, and I was like, is this whole movie just promo?
Yeah, that's why Ironcaster asked if you'd seen UHF, because UHF pretty much is mostly just clips like that. It's like 40% of it.
I was like,
Wheel of Fish.
Nothing to do with A Christmas Carol. What's going on, y'all? I'm not
solitaire.
I did pause it twice to make sure I had the right movie. Like, guys, I'm not kidding. I should have recorded this for y'all, because this was a wild watch, for sure.
That's true. So what was some of the negatives for you? Because I think you were kind of talking it through, but a little bit. But I wanted to give a little better breakdown for me.
I mean, the only real negative was the ending. Like, I liked the fact that he turned around, and I agree with Louise. Like, I'm glad he got the girl, but I feel like his monologue just went on. There were pieces of it that were funny. Like I said, like with the part with the dude in the production box with the shotgun, and the censor lady with the guy being like, there were parts where they would go back to the funny part, but there was just too much in your face Bill Murray, and I was like, shut up and go back to the funny stuff. Like,
whoa! This sounds like something I would have said.
I know. Well, yeah.
But then I would get distracted because he'd do like the Kama Sutra thing, and then there was the guy in the background, and I'm like, yeah, and then he'd go back into his monologue, and I'm like, shut up. But then there'd be Herman, and I'm like, yay! And then there was the partying ribcage.
Yeah, the partying ribcage. I keep forgetting about that part. That was really funny.
So like, I wanted it to not drone on so much as far as the ending goes with Bill Murray, but I mean, I get it. Like, if that's Bill Murray shtick or whatever, you know, I don't know this Norman dude. I probably do know the Norman dude that Ironcaster was talking about, but I don't know off the top of my head. So I don't know if he would be better at it, but that's the only low point for me, was just kind of the ending.
Okay. So I have a little surprise for you.
You have to throw some Norm Macdonald on SQUEEKA.
Well, he was, so when we watched Waterboy, one of the fall down drunk friends was Norm Macdonald. So you've seen him, you just may not put two and two together. That's all. So
I'm horrible with names and faces, so it's okay.
He's been in he was one of those Saturday Night Live alumni who would always be in a bunch of stuff with all those other guys from that same era. So he showed up in a bunch of Adam Sandler movies. Yeah. I think he showed up in a couple of Rob Schneider films, David Spade, Chris Farley. You would always see this kind of similar cast of characters that would always kind of show up in each other's movies.
Yeah, he didn't really have sort of a standalone, like, leading man type era or anything like that. It's more like a side character, straight guy. His stand-up comedy is really what he's really known for in particular, so...
But on the whole, I'd give it a 9.5. Definitely like a 9.5. 9.75 copies out of 10.
Mm-hmm. All right. At least 4.5 solid gold dancer parts is what we're saying.
Give it 2 Christmas parties out of 2.
Yes. So,
but at the same time, like, I feel like part of it's going to be lost though, because there was so much fun on the first watch because I didn't know what was going to happen. But I feel like on the second time, I'm going to be like, oh, I know what's coming. But then again, I don't think the toaster or raspberry joker is ever going to get old.
There's some stuff you won't get old. So let me give you an example. It's never going to get old. I had to edit it because, you know, YouTube's and all. But I got this for you.
No. See, it started like this, and I was like, what's going on here, guys? Get it, miss.
3 majors.
It don't matter a hill of beans what happens to me. The world couldn't afford it if anything happened to you. Now you stay put.
7 o'clock. Psycho sees
don't matter a hill of beans.
This, and only Lee Majors can stop them.
The reindeer. That's so great. So, folks, that's what it would be like watching with SQUEEKA live. It's just give it a little dose there. What do you think of that, Louise? I gave you about as a live experience as I could with watching a movie with SQUEEKA.
Great. What happened was, like, in that one little sequence, I think I paused the movie like 4 times. I was like, wait, what? And I was, is that a gun
Doesn't matter for the hill of beans what happens to me.
I can't lose you, Santa.
Eat this.
Oh, it's so great. I know Snorty's great, isn't it? She's been pretty good, though. She hasn't snorted. She's just been, you know, we haven't got a, yeah, well, maybe. We'll see.
I'm viewing myself.
Well, the nice thing is she's never going to get sick because it's the best medicine.
That's true. Laughter is best medicine, for sure. So.
And I think it will stay with you more than you think. I mean, there's a lot of quotable stuff in this. And, I mean, I've been watching it for a couple of decades, so I'm still laughing at it. And there's weird things as well. Like, you know, he does a impression of Richard Burton. I really hadn't seen anything with Richard Burton in at the time. And I remember the first time I did see him, I ended up laughing hysterically because he sounded just like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know, it just has legs.
Yeah, so that's a...
It doesn't have Solid Gold Dancer legs.
Oh, you won't be able to look at Solid Gold Dancers the same way now.
Oh, I used to watch that growing up, so I was like, yeah, my girl. Sorry.
There's going to be... I think what Louise brings up is a very good point, too. Like, if you were to see something like this for so long, and you get a little dose of the gag, if you don't totally have the reference, then when you see the reference point, instead of responding in like a serious way that's appropriate for, you're like, Richard Burton sounds just like Bill Murray doing Richard Burton. Like, that's really hysterical to me now. That is very, very valid. And I think that is true. This movie is also non-stop with gags. I mean, that's fair, IRONCASTER, right? There's so much coming at you that it does hold, like you said, you know, even with your being the most critical of the group, you're still giving it a pretty strong review at a 3 out of 5. That's a very strong. That's a good movie. So yeah,
no, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, again, I'm the guy who will enjoy bad movies, but you know, it's important, I think, to also be fair and say, like, look, even if it's bad, I can still recommend a bad movie. You know, it depends on the audience, who you're
like
talking
Street Fighter,
etc.
Well, we don't talk about Street Fighter anymore. Only on Tuesdays we even know it. You know, I said it exists. Ah, it's been great. I needed the laughs. I needed the laughs of the laughs is what I needed. So
I feel like all I do is come on your show and just laugh these days. I'm not adding anything instructive here.
It's very, very cathartic for me. I wonder if I could use AI and isolate just her laughing and just have a laugh track. of her laughing.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of it here. This is a good movie. This is really funny.
No, it's got to be the notification. So you randomly get Squeeka laughing. You know,
You'll just say 20
long.
minutes of Squeeka Mouse laughing. That's what it'll be. Just a video of 20 minutes of Squeeka Mouse laughing. That's funny. I should do that. I'll make a note. Yeah.
No. I've already shot myself in the foot with the "Hey, you guys" thing. So no.
Oh, that's gold now. You're not getting that back. That is incredibly funny. That is incredibly funny. So
I still do that to my students, by the way.
yeah, no going. Oh, there's one. We got one. There's no going back on that. Yeah. Once you see things like that are that good, yeah, you can't. You do it all the time for sure. So.
Well, today it was wear your favorite. It was like wear your Christmas plaid. So I wore a plaid shirt over my Christmas shirt that says my favorite color is Christmas lights. And so I walked into my room and I said, "Hey, you guys!" And then I opened my shirt. I thought it was funny. All my coworkers looked at me like, "What are you on?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yeah, I don't get it," but I thought it was funny.
Oh, we were out in public after dinner the other night, and all we were doing was I was quoting Christmas Vacation comments talking about. I don't know, they said something, and it was like, "Oh, something Hooter. Who said Hooter? Something hotter? Can it get hotter than it is in here?" Just one quote after another. Bam! And my wife's just looking at her, shaking her head, like, "Oh my gosh, I take you out in public." So.
Oh my gosh, that's a funny story. Like the what is it? The National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
That has the Jelly of the Month Club.
Yeah, the Tylenol rant at the end.
So funny story. I was at a Christmas party, and this lady had on Jelly of the Month Club shirt, and I was like, "Everybody's wearing Christmas shirts. Why is she wearing her jelly shirt?" And I'm like, "Well, maybe that's what she got for Christmas or something, and she wants to show it off." I had no clue what this meant. And I was like, "Cool shirt." And she was like, "Haha, yeah, isn't it great?" And I'm like, "I don't get why you're so happy about this shirt, but okay, cool." So then, fast forward to a couple of weeks later, we're sitting there, and Beard and I are watching the show, and he talks about his Jelly of the Month Club subscription, and I'm like, I paused it, and I lost it, guys. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, that's great. So that's the exact same thing what Luis was saying earlier about the Richard Burton quote. It's like, so, later on, it's when you get the gag of the gag.
Well, no,
like, it's so great.
Because I didn't know what
There
that
it
meant.
is. You didn't know.
I was like, "Oh, that's the jelly. Oh my god. Now I understand why it's a Christmas shirt. Oh my god, the Jelly of the Month Club." And the best part was I hadn't told Beard about the shirt at all. So I just paused it, and I'm sitting here freaking out like, "Oh my god, the Jelly of the Month Club. Oh my god, that's what it's all about." And he's like, "What? It's not that funny of a gag." Like, I was like, "You don't understand."
Oh, you got to have context, Beard.
It
You got
was
to keep up. Oh, that's great.
So yeah, now I can't even. That is the highlight of the movie for me, is the Jelly of the Month Club, because of that shirt.
I feel you. Should we give her another surprise, Ironcaster? With this many giggles, we just keep making it worse.
What?
Can we handle more?
Next?
What do you think, Louise?
I think we can handle more.
All right, let's do it again.
Yep.
No.
Well, can we get to the Jelly of the Month? My favorite part is the Tylenol rant, and we'll talk about how he pulled the scene off.
My God.
Because this is the best ever. Is the Tylenol rant? Because if you guys don't know the Tylenol rant, you guys know the Tylenol rant, right? If you're looking for any last minute gifts for me, I have one. I'd like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight. I want him brought here from his happy holiday slumber over here on that Melody Lane with all those little rich people. And I want him brought here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want him to look straight in the eye. I want to tell him with a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, floor-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, hopeless, wireless, bug-eyed, stiff-lipped, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey crap he is. Hallelujah! Holy crap! Where's the Tylenol?
You did that perfectly, Van.
Wow!
Wow. My work here is done.
And scene.
And we're done. Yes. Yes, there you go, folks. Yeah. Yeah. I've done it. I've done it. Yeah, Loki and I have talked about Tylenol rants since we first met. It was an early Christmas, bonding over that for sure. So
Get it, Bob. Get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Louise, happy you came in for this one, huh?
Yep.
It's a good one. It's a good
Wouldn't
one.
have missed it.
This has been epic. Thanks for being here for this. This is awesome. It's awesome. So
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome anytime. Maybe we'll be back here next week doing another Christmas Carol adaptation, doing Muppets. So I don't know, you up for Muppets?
So
Michael Caine.
Is there a toaster?
Nope. Nope. A lot of rat jokes. But yeah, Muppets. Ironcaster, my friend. I'm behind on the Mech Monday, but I saw it pop up in my feed where Mrs. and I were watching a movie last night, so I didn't get a chance to do the Mech Monday yet. I'll try to catch that tomorrow. But what's going on, my friend?
Well, yesterday we sat down. We were kind of reminiscing a little bit about some of the anime that came out this past year, and touch a little bit on more of that Super Sentai thing that kind of wrapped up this year. But I mean, all that aside, things are going pretty swimmingly. Still kind of getting the whole the PC set up here. I almost hit the wrong buttons, and we almost had our own little boomer moment where it would have been just this terrible echo of like the voice of God that would have made the show just unwatchable. Where it's just like, oh, here's Caster not testing his audio out before he goes live.
Well, at least you were able to go live. I couldn't get the show to start, and then I couldn't message Louise the code and everything else. So it all tracks for our show here. Shoestrings and duct tape hold things together. We can tell you. So yeah, I know she definitely snorted a couple of times. It's been great.
It's because you went off, Pops.
Hey, I had to. I have to show you the legit. Like I've done it. Yeah. So well, that's good. So. Yeah, it's been a great time. Great show. I'm looking forward to looking back at this year. I've been going through the list a little bit here lately, trying to prepare for our last show of the year because we have Muppets next. Muppets Christmas Carol next week. Gremlins 2. Christopher Lee in some Gremlins, mixing that up. Boy, I talk about some interesting shenanigans for sure. And then we'll have a nice year-end wrap-up show to kind of talk about the year from... I don't know if it's Jean-Claude Van Damme to now. What can I tell you? This year's been full of all sorts of ups and downs and sideways and stuff in between, for sure. So,
it's kind of crazy to go look at our list and see just how many movies we've touched on. Because by my count, Ron, we've done Talk Heart. This is number 166.
Yep. I thought we were a little further along than that, but that's where it's amazing. So, yeah, we'll be at 200 in the summer, I believe, and it is a crazy run, and it is a super fun experience. I look forward to every week. I love our time together. You guys in chat just make it just amazing. So I have a ton of little clips still dropping every week. Some little reviews, been doing that. Got caught up a little bit. There's an Adam Sandler movie amongst some of the list this week. Ironcaster, make sure you'll see that. I did an Sandler movie we didn't get to talk about. I didn't do a review on, so I got that caught up. But talked a lot about some different things that didn't work out during the year, and we'll do more of that before the year closes out. Be on here with my daughter, recording something here, talking about the Christmas, and we broke it down. So I explained what a Christmas movie is, but I also explained, I think, what we talked about last time, what Christmas adjacent Christmas. But I also created some other 5 categories, so maybe a little bit easier to do that. So a little nerdy. So it's the only time of the year that we have this clip that I use. So if you want me to play that clip again as we go home, I can. Seems we'll get to hear SQUEEKA laugh some more. That makes it worthwhile doing. That's why I got the permission to clip it from the show I was on whenever. And by the way, if you've seen Christmas Story, right, SQUEEKA?
Yes. Yes.
If you look closely, I'm wearing the Pink Nightmare when I'm on the show.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm one of those people that I wasn't into the Christmas Story. Like it was.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But it just brought back horrible memories of my childhood because I was the kid that licked the light pole. It was actually a fence post, and that does happen. It does. You do.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see. So now the story's coming out, Luis. We're getting the story if everyone's got some trauma, and that's what was,
I'm glad I'm not the only person, but my tongue where it doesn't belong, Ironcaster.
Oh, he confessed.
I was triple dog dared, and I didn't understand what it was until I saw this movie because I only saw it for the first time like a couple of years ago. So I've been triple dog daring my whole life.
That sounds like a great shirt. I've been triple dog daring my whole life.
There you go. The talk hard.
All right. Well, with that, I will give you the Tylenol rant that I delivered on a Christmas show, and we will go home from there.
I can't do another. I can't handle that.
Talk hard. Be blessed. Until next time, I'm Pops.
Yep. Well, can we get to the jelly of the month? My favorite part is the Tylenol rant, and we'll talk about how he pulled the scene off.
My God.
Because this is the best ever is the Tylenol rant. Because if you guys don't know the Tylenol rant, you guys know the Tylenol rant, right?
Not ready.
You're looking for any last minute gifts for me? I have one. I'd like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight. I want him brought here from his happy holiday slumber over here on that Melody Lane with all those little rich people. And I want him brought here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look straight in the eye. I want to tell him with a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, floor flushing, low life, snake licking, dirt eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood sucking, dog kissing, brainless, wordless, lightless, bug-eyed, stiff lipped, spotty lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey crap he is. Hallelujah. Holy crap, where's the Tylenol?